This is the Real Pat G coming to you with Sunday night football picks. First off, I would like to apologize on behalf of Mike Evans and his sad ass hands. Um, Definitely put a little bit of a halt in winning today. I dropped a wide open pass from Brady, like immediately off the snap. The drive, they finished, and he got his fourth catch. Pretty unbelievable shit, but is what it is. We're here looking at prize picks for Sunday Night Football. Let's get to it. Baltimore versus the pass is extremely bad. So if we're going to look at something, it would be starting with Joe Burrow, in my opinion, and it's going to be his pass yards. I like his pass yards to the over. If we look on here, so they're talking about Joe Burrow pretty heavily used at over 273.5 at minus 133. The under is juiced to plus 101. Like we've talked about in previous videos, when you have a minus line in your favor, I mean, when I'm making a pick, I'm kind of looking at three different things. It's the Vegas line leaning in my directions, what I'm projecting leaning in my direction, and then the eye test of what I've seen on the field recently. And all of this together says Joe Burrow over the yardage is a good play. Next is going to be, we're going to try to stack this a little like if you were to be playing DFS. So the next pick we're going to look at is T. Higgins. And we're going to be looking at his receptions prop. If you want to take his yardage, you can. His receptions have been pretty much there all but the first game of the year. And if we look at his amount of targets, so T has gotten 2, 10, 7, and 9 targets so far. So he was 2 for 2, 6 for 10, 5 for 7, and 7 for 9. So if we can assume he gets anywhere between 7 and 9 targets tonight, which has been about right between, his low point and his high point. So anywhere in his average, he should be able to at least get us a push. So because I'm giving 5 picks out, I'm going to include this just because I did a bet on this one for $100. So if one pick goes wrong, I'd rather be able to at least double my money in the case that it's $100. So I'm including a 5th pick. Next to add to that stack is going to be Joe Mixon. And we're going to be looking at his receptions also. Totally forgot to look at T. Higgins on here, though. So T. Higgins' yardage has been awesome. His hands have been great. So it's kind of what I explained earlier when the line is heavily juiced, but it's a half reception under. So Prizepicks is kind of setting you up for a push play. And that's what's happening here if you're reading into the line. But again, the matchup is fantastic. The line is fantastic. It is a half reception under. There goes Cooper Kupp for that TD. That's a cash out. So T. Higgins, great play. Now on Joe Mixon and his receptions. So if we look at JoJo, and he is juiced at minus 126 to the over 3.5. and minus 104 to the under. So it's a pretty close to a coin flip, but Mixon has been getting an insane amount of targets, and Baltimore should be able to get pretty good pressure, so I'm thinking there's going to be a need to do some dumping off to Mixon. He's had 9, 4, 7, and 4 targets, and he has caught 7 of 9, 3 of 4, 3 of 7, and 4 of 4. So he's right in that wheelhouse every single game again. Just because I'm frustrated about today, I'm leaning on any pick that I feel is gonna get me there, even if I don't absolutely love it. I don't like to release plays that I don't absolutely love, but this is just looking at Sunday Night Football. There's only so many plays, and again, feel free to only pick 2 of these that you want to play, or pick 3 out of the 5 that you like the most. You don't have to play all 5. You know, in a lot of cases, I will play just 2 or just 3 of the 4 that I give out. You know, I also will play all 4, but you don't feel obligated to tail all 5 just because I'm saying 5 picks look like good picks, because they do look like good picks, but it doesn't mean they're going to hit. So next, McPherson. This man has been an absolute beast. You know, sorry, wrong one. We're looking at his field goals made. Every single week, clockwork. Lock them in. So because you can't just submit one team, you have to have at least 2 different players from 2 different teams. We're going to add one more play on. It's going to be another field goal one. It's going to be Daniel Carlson, who has also racked this whole season, constantly hitting well over 1.5, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Playing KC tomorrow. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Lock that shit in. So there's my 5 plays for you, exploiting the backfield of the defensive backfield of Baltimore, and going over Joe Burrow's yardage prop. We're going to be looking at T. Higgins over or more on the 5 receptions, over or more on Joe Mixon's 3.5 receptions, McPherson over 1.5 field goals made, and Daniel Carlson in tomorrow night, solely because you can't run just these 4 together. Again, if you're going to only run 2 or 3, I honestly have the most faith in these 2 field goal props, just because, again, when you look, you know, it's kind of hard to turn away from something like that. You know, that's like 100% kind of thing, you know, and the books do concur with that. If we're to look at Evan, for example, so he's juiced pretty heavily over 6.5 kicking points. Is what they're kind of indicating to me in this one, is it's going to be 7, possibly 8, and I'm thinking that's 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Or it could honestly be something where this be the game where he does come short and he kicks 1 field goal and they have 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns because they're exploiting the backfield. So again, these are the plays that catch my eye. These are the plays that I put my money on already. So that's what it is. If you tail, I wish you the best of luck. Again, I am very sorry about Mike Evans and his lack of hands today. I wish he would have came prepared and could have won us some money. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will be back for Monday Night Football tomorrow. Till then, peace.